Hello, this is James jumping in before the beginning of this week's podcast. I felt that I needed to just start by saying that we recorded this episode before the mass shooting that occurred in Colorado Springs over the weekend. This week is supposed to be a time of celebration with family, whether that be the family you were born into or your chosen family. However, now the families of at least 5 individuals are going to have an empty seat at their Thanksgiving table this year. We at Now About That Pod would like to say that our condolences go out to the families of those impacted by this tragic and senseless attack. Thoughts and prayers mean nothing to the people that are impacted. Actions speak louder than words. A tweet or press release with no action means little to the people impacted by these events. This time of year can be especially hard for those people in the LGBTQIA+ community. So if you're going through a tough time and need some help, please reach out to someone, whether that be a professional or just a friend to talk to. If someone you know is dealing with some dark times, please reach out to them, even if it is just to say hello, because sometimes all someone needs to know is that someone somewhere is thinking about them and cares about their well-being. We hope you have a blessed holiday season and hold those you have a little tighter this year. Thank you and enjoy the podcast. Hello and welcome to another episode of Now About That with James and Sarah. I'm James.
I'm Sarah.
And on today's episode, we're going to talk about Thanksgiving because this will be coming out the week of Thanksgiving. So what I've done is looked up a few weird Thanksgiving traditions, some disgusting Thanksgiving dishes, and then there's 34 Thanksgiving traditions to start with your family in 2022 from Oprah. And everybody trusts everything Oprah says.
Yes.
So we'll take a look at all that stuff. Is there anything you wanted to talk about before?
No, I think we're good.
How are things going?
Things are going. I'm just chilling, you know.
Did you ever find out about that job you interviewed for?
I did. I got the rejection email.
What did it say?
It was like, thank you so much for applying and for interviewing with us, and we appreciate all the effort you went to, but we decided to go with another candidate. So the only other fun thing that's happening is that I'm starting to feel like I did when I first had COVID. My heart's racing again and I have little to no energy. I literally spent the whole day sleeping. I took a shower and that was all the energy I had.
I've been doing dishes and laundry and watching Charmed.
So you've been super productive.
I'll say that.
And I managed to clean up my room. I cleaned my room.
But she still can't clean up her act.
I can't clean up my act. No matter what I do.
When is your Friendsgiving or whatever? What is it called? Is that what it's called? Friendsgiving?
Originally, we were going to do a Friendsgiving, but we decided it's just going to be the three of us. So, and that's going to happen on Thanksgiving Day. Yep. Because I have the day off.
We will probably not do anything special on Thanksgiving Day. We didn't last year. I don't know if Ryan has to work. I should ask him.
Yeah, probably.
Well, you want to jump into these 11 of the craziest Thanksgiving traditions ever?
I don't think I'm mentally prepared, but yes, let's do it.
They're not too insane. Like the first one is the National Thanksgiving Turkey presentation. The pardoning. I don't know why it's this presentation. He pardons.
Which I always think is weird. I've always thought that was a really weird tradition.
Yeah, and the picture they have, I don't know what president this is, but he's looking at a turkey, but he's standing with the turkey on the table, and right next to it is a frozen dead turkey. But this says, since the 1940s and officially since 1989, U.S. presidents have been pardoning a turkey prior to Thanksgiving in a televised ceremony. The president is presented with a live domestic turkey, which he pardons. The turkey is then sent to live out its days at Mount Vernon, the former estate of President George Washington, as opposed to ending up as someone's dinner.
Okay.
It's a weird tradition, but whatever makes people happy.
I guess. But yeah, it's really weird. I never understood why we did that.
Yeah. Seems very odd. And then there's turkey bowling. So this says, forget bowling balls and bowl with a frozen turkey this Thanksgiving using soda or water bottles as makeshift pins. This hilarious tradition started in 1988 at Lucky's grocery store in Newport Beach, where the bowling took place in the alleys of the store. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard because turkey is expensive.
Yes, turkey is expensive, but I guess it wasn't that bad in 1988, which is that tradition's as old as I am.
That's true. I mean, pardoning, is that right?
Yes, pardoning.
I don't like that word. Giving a turkey a pardon is officially as old as I am. 1989. And then the next one is turducken.
Oh yes, the famous turducken.
When turkey isn't enough, try a turducken. A deboned chicken is stuffed into a deboned duck that is then stuffed into a deboned turkey. It's a lot of food.
It's a lot of meat all packed into one.
I don't know that I've ever heard of. I've heard of it. I've never had a turducken.
I've also never had a turducken, but I have heard of it.
And then the other one is subbing turkey for crab.
Okay.
So it says in San Francisco they substitute their Thanksgiving bird with crab. Thanksgiving normally marks the beginning of the Dungeness crab season, so there is no better way to celebrate than a seafood Thanksgiving feast. I'm not gonna lie, I would love crab for Thanksgiving. I really enjoy crab. I think it's a pain to eat, and there's not much payoff, but it's really good.
Right. I would probably do that.
You're not still allergic to shellfish, are you?
I don't know.
It's questionable.
It's questionable.
And then the next one is North Tech pie throwing. At North Technical High School in Florissant, Missouri, Thanksgiving marks an annual pie throwing event where students get to launch pies at the faculty and administration. This seems like something the world could get into. I mean, I think it'd be funny. Just throw a pie at someone.
I think it would be particularly funny to throw pies at some of our former teachers.
Or just random people on the street. Just walk up to them and be like, Happy Thanksgiving, pie to the face.
Happy Thanksgiving, bitch. Pie.
And then the turkey trot. These popular events, generally held before Thanksgiving, involve getting dressed up as a turkey and doing a 3 to 5 mile run, normally for charity. A great way to shed some excess calories pre-feasting. Think of it like a Thanksgiving-themed mini marathon. I wouldn't do that, mainly just because I don't like to run.
I mean, I can't run, so... I mean, I could run, but I'm not going to run very far or very fast. And then I'm going to pass out at the end. But, it's fine. Or whack myself in the face with my tit.
Yeah.
That's what you were thinking of, wasn't it?
Yes, that is exactly what I was thinking. At turkey eating competitions, A few brave folks get together before Thanksgiving to stretch their stomachs at various turkey eating competitions across the U.S. Normally, the event will involve eating as much as possible, as much. What?
As much as possible.
No, eating as much of possibly can of
Okay.
a 20. I think it's supposed to say as much as one possibly can of a 20-pound turkey in a limited amount of time.
Jesus.
Say congratulations to Joey Chestnut, who currently holds the title, managing to gobble down 9 pounds in just 10 minutes. That's a lot of food.
That's so much food.
Ooh. Ooh.
Like, oh my God. I can't imagine eating 9 pounds.
I have never understood like eating competitions. It seems so weird. It's
Yeah.
gross. Oh, hey, this one's from Indiana.
Nice.
Turkey toss. In Indianapolis, Indiana, some high school athletes started a tradition of dressing turkeys, not live ones, don't worry, in baby onesies, lighting them on fire and throwing them across the football field to see whose turkey could fly further. Of course.
Of course, Indiana did that.
Why would they put them in baby onesies and then light them on fire?
Because, I don't know. Why not?
You could put them in anything else. Why a baby onesie? That doesn't make any sense. If you're listening
It's Indiana. What do you expect?
If you're listening from Indiana and you've participated in this, tell us why. Let us know, because I don't understand. And then this one says Black Friday. I don't really see that as a weird tradition. I think it's, stupid, but
capitalism at its best.
Yeah. Walking to make more room for food. Many families eat so much on Thanksgiving that they go for a walk between after dinner and between after dinner to make room for dessert. I feel like this person needs to edit better.
I think so, yeah.
And then the last one is pretending the holiday is American. And it says, sorry to burst your bubble, but Thanksgiving, the quintessential American holiday, it's not actually American. It was first celebrated in Canada 40 years before we started in the States. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
That's pretty interesting, yeah.
Where are 10 Thanksgiving celebrations outside of the United States? Liberia, simply known as Thanksgiving. In Liberia, this festival has many similarities with the more familiar American version, since Liberia was a nation founded by freed African American slaves around 200 years ago. Celebrated on the first Thursday in November, the festival gives thanks for freedom and opportunity. On Thanksgiving, Liberians usually attend a church service where they bring along fruits that are then auctioned off afterwards. Then they return home to enjoy a family meal with a few differences, but the same basic premise and its American inspiration with chicken instead of turkey and cassava instead of potato.
Nice.
In Germany, I'm not going to try to say the name. It's Erntedankfest. Erntedank Fest. I don't know. While most Thanksgiving celebrations are centered around family, Germany's version is more of a religious festival. Shocker. It is celebrated in late September or early October and focuses on church-based activities such as helping the poor, donating to the church, and attending Mass. The first one, helping the poor, sounds really nice.
Yes.
You really should do that year-round, but
yeah.
Hey.
All the time, but...
And celebrations are usually carried out on a community level rather than just within families. with street parades and traditional live music. However, it is still a harvest festival, with the largest celebration taking place in rural areas, and food is given to the church to be distributed to the poor. The famous Oktoberfest event takes place to coincide with the celebration of Erntedankfest.
Okay.
Erntedankfest. I still am not saying it right. And then we have Canada. It is thought that the Canadian Thanksgiving goes back further than the US version in the late 1500s. French settlers who arrived on the eastern coast are thought to have started this tradition by celebrating a successful harvest in late autumn. As time went on, traditions of settlers in other countries, such as Scotland or Germany, were incorporated, and then more familiar American traditions were introduced by those fleeing into Canada during the American Revolution. Consequently, turkey is commonly eaten, although a more traditional option is a tourtière.
A what?
Tourtière, it's French, which is a
Right.
pie filled with potatoes and game meat.
That sounds tasty.
Yeah. I'm only going to go over a couple more of these. So there's not very many. The next one is the Moon Festival in China, which is celebrated in mid-autumn and is a traditional celebration which dates back to ancient Shang dynasty and was originally a festival worshiping the moon goddess Shangyi, I'm assuming. Now the festival is more based on being thankful for the harvest and spending more time with family, although it still takes place on the evening of the brightest full moon between September and October. Traditions include eating moon cakes, stuffed flaky pastry, lighting lanterns, and burning incense. Oh my gosh, speaking of burning incense, I've started completely obsessing over this these videos on Instagram of the little incense glass dishes that have this white powder in them that they then fill with this scraping of the bark of a tree and in a pattern, and then they light it. It's so cool. I mean, they're incense, but they're really cool.
Nice.
Harvest Festival in the United Kingdom. While the UK's Harvest Festival has no specified date each year, it is the autumnal celebration of Thanksgiving for a successful harvest. In fact, the word harvest comes from the Anglo-Saxon word harfest, which means autumn. Historically, traditions included a special church mass at the beginning of the season and singing traditional harvest songs as farmers celebrated taking in their crops. That's cool. And then in Jewish communities, it's called Sukkot. Sukkot?
I think it's Sukkot.
Sukkot, Sukkot. Jewish communities across the world celebrate the festival of Sukkot, also known as the Feast of Tabernacles, around September or October. The festival combines both Thanksgiving for the harvest and also Thanksgiving for the exodus from Egypt and the beginnings of the nation of Israel. The name comes from the Hebrew word sukkah, which was the name of the small hut in which farmers would live while harvesting. That's interesting. There's 4 more. Should I keep going?
Is Chuseok on this list in South Korea?
Yes.
Nice.
So Chuseok, celebrated in late September or early October, is one of Korea's major festivals. One of Korea's major festivals, and is about being with family and paying respects to ancestors. Families go back to their hometowns and old family homes and share meals to show their thankfulness for each other. Traditional food includes songpyeon, stuffed rice cakes, and hangwa,
Oh, wow.
honeyed rice. After the meal, families usually visit the graves of ancestors in order to clear away weeds and leave food offerings, and then spend the rest of the day celebrating with songs, traditional dances, and games. So it's kind of like Memorial Day. A little bit.
A little bit. A little bit.
I mean, there's more, like Labor Day in Japan. Labor Day and Thanksgiving are combined into one festival, which takes place on November 23rd. The festival has its origins dating back hundreds of years when it was simply a harvest festival celebrating a good crop. Since the end of the Second World War, however, more emphasis has been placed on combining the celebration of harvest workers with workers' rights and production. Today, it is common for school students to show their appreciation for workers by presenting civil workers, such as police or firefighters, with gifts and cards. The day is also an opportunity for trade unions and other workers' groups to encourage people to consider improvements to working conditions. Oh, that's nice. That makes more sense than the United States Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk about weird Thanksgiving foods now.
Yes, of course.
Oh, this isn't that weird. Sweet potato and marshmallows.
Well, that's normal Thanksgiving food.
Yeah. There are literally hundreds of sides that can make it onto the American Thanksgiving table. One of the most prevalent is sweet potato and marshmallow bake. That's right, sugar plus sugar baked into caramelized sugar.
Yeah, that's why it's so tasty.
Oh, here's a weird one. Okay, frog eye soup or frog eye salad. Ew. For some, frog eye salad will be no more appetizing when they hear what's actually inside. Oh, there's no frog. Okay, that makes more sense. With a combination of pasta, fruit, marshmallow, and cream, it's a dish that couldn't quite decide whether it wanted to be sweet or savory.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It sounds like there's this woman on TikTok that makes Minnesota salads.
That aren't salads, yes.
That aren't really salads, yeah.
Yes. Her
I think a
Snickers
lot of
salad
these-
I've seen.
Yeah, I think a lot of these are going to be like that because the next one is ambrosia salad, which
Oh, yes.
I don't like it, but I don't think it's that weird.
I've had ambrosia salad.
Yeah, I have too. And then the next one is disgusting. It's Jello salad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Jello in this, or a lot of Jello or gelatin included.
Yeah, there was a lot of Jello was a big thing. So
when it comes to the Jello salad, everything goes, and we mean everything, as well as fruit and sweet things. You might find it mixed with ingredients like vegetables and fish. Ugh,
oh no, thank you.
that's gross.
That is a textural nightmare.
And then the next one, oh, this sounds delicious. Strawberry pretzel salad. It's not really a salad. Like, it looks more like, and I'm looking at a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks more like a cheesecake.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And then instead of like the graham cracker crust, it's
Pretzels.
like crushed up pretzels, yeah. In the grand scheme of things, the strawberry and pretzel salad is probably not as weird as it sounds. With a base layer of pretzel and whipped cream and cream cheese filling, and a topping of strawberry jelly, it is basically a trifle with that's been built a different way. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually sounds good. I would eat that.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. Ham and banana casserole.
Ham and banana casserole.
It's gross. That's so weird. Since the 1970s, it involves a creamy concoction of banana, ham, cream, and cheese that is layered and baked together. This picture is so unappetizing too. It's just like ham, like lunch meat ham wrapped around banana with like a cream topping on top and cheese. Oh,
Okay. All right.
next one is anything with corn. That's not really weird. Corn is pretty typical.
It's a harvest festival, so corn is supposed to be there.
Yeah. Another inescapable element is dishes made with corn, and American households really love to get creative with this one. Corn muffins and breads are staples, but you might also stumble upon scalloped corn.
Like scalloped potatoes?
Essentially, it's a casserole of sweet corn with crunchy cracker topping. So it's just a corn casserole. That doesn't sound terrible. That actually sounds really good. And then turkey roasted with anchovies. I mean, it's not weird.
Going back to your seafood Thanksgiving.
Yeah. 100 proof turkey is a turkey that calls for a blend of spices mixed with 100 proof vodka that is then injected straight into the meat. So we're getting turned on Thanksgiving.
No, thank you.
Cranberry and horseradish sauce. I love cranberry sauce.
I also love cranberry sauce.
But it's not, I'm not a huge fan of the like canned cranberry sauce.
That's fair.
It's the like cranberry relish. My I don't know where I think she gets it from Kroger, but my step grandmother always has like a cranberry salad relish thing that she brings. It's really good.
Last year, Nick made, that was for Christmas time, but he made homemade cranberry sauce for Christmas. I didn't have Thanksgiving with them last year.
No, you had Thanksgiving with your friend, that one person.
Yes, I had Thanksgiving with my friend Wendy and her daughter Shelby. And we went and saw The Eternals. See, that's a Thanksgiving tradition that we used to have. Well, holiday tradition, honestly. We would go to the movies when I was a kid.
We never did that. We just mainly went and ate and hung out with family all day.
Fair.
And then I have another 7 vintage Thanksgiving dishes no one makes anymore.
Probably for good reason.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first one is that same. It was talking about the gelatin with like mixed vegetables and fish and stuff. Ugh.
Oof.
And then savory Jello salads made for festive centerpieces.
I'm sorry, I cannot imagine a savory Jello.
I mean, it just sounds bad. It says they were popular in the 1950s and 60s.
Not shocking.
And included radishes, scallions, and a few tablespoons of vinegar. And then spring basket dessert, which consisted of fruity Jello with chunks of fruit inside it. That doesn't sound insane. I'm not a huge fan of chunks in my Jello, but I'm also not a huge fan of Jello anymore.
Yeah, I eat Jello for special occasions.
And then ambrosia salad. This isn't really, I mean, a lot of people serve ambrosia salad. We have it every year at Thanksgiving at my grandparents' house. Canned foods like creamed corn. That doesn't sound weird either, but it's also back in 1948, which is what this is talking about.
Right.
It's probably just because it was easier than keeping fresh foods.
Right.
Hot Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, originally Dr. Pepper was supposed to be served hot.
Huh.
It was supposed to be a hot beverage.
And in advertisement in 1968, Dr. Pepper recommended serving steaming hot soda over lemon slices. The drink was concocted by Dr. Pepper in the 1960s to keep profits strong during the holiday season when sales of cold pop plummet. Apparently, it caught on in the South where it is occasionally still drank. That's fun. And then the last one on this list is Hellmann's Mayonnaise shared a recipe for Thanksgiving-themed cranberry surprise. Ew. That sounds disgusting. Ew. Blends the tartness of cranberries with the delicate creaminess of Hellmann's real mayonnaise. With an extra dollop of mayonnaise on top to provide the final distinctive flavor garnish. That is disgusting.
What? Okay, it's just cranberries and mayonnaise?
That's what it says.
That
I'm sure there's gelatin included too, because it looks like it's formed into like a shape. And I don't think you can do that with just cranberries and mayonnaise.
right.
So gross. So this part of the episode, we're going to talk about some Thanksgiving traditions. So on this one, there's the first one is write down what you're thankful for, which we used to do when I was little, but we haven't done for a really long time. Where you would like write down what you're thankful for, and then everyone would have to like say it at dinner before we ate.
Yeah.
Did you ever do anything like that?
No, we did not.
Indulge in a pie breakfast. Oh, I would love pie for breakfast. What's your favorite pie?
My favorite pie? Probably pecan. I really love pecan pie.
I'm a big fan of pecan pie. My favorite is strawberry rhubarb.
That's fair.
Love a good strawberry rhubarb, and then cherry is a close second.
I also really love cherry pie. Cherry pie, banana cream pie, coconut cream pie. Yeah.
I don't know that I'm a huge fan of cream pies.
I love cream pies. That sounded filthy. Moving on.
And then the next one is set up a Bloody Mary bar, which sounds amazing. I would love to have Bloody Marys served at my lunch or dinner for Thanksgiving.
I haven't had a Bloody Mary in ages.
Ryan can't drink them because they make him sick.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's that thing where when you drink something so much that it makes you, or have something so much one time that it makes you really sick, you can't have it ever again. Yeah. So he did that to himself. Connect with family members far away. Watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which that makes sense. I think everybody typically watches it.
We used to do that.
Collect canned goods. It's a good way to donate the canned good foods. That's nice. Like invite your guests to bring some canned foods to donate, and then donate them to a food bank.
Nice.
Make personalized place cards. That seems Martha Stewart-y.
We did that for Christmas last year.
Keep a gratitude jar. Make Thanksgiving a 365-day affair. Throughout the year, keep a gratitude jar of gestures you appreciate from family and friends you'll see in November. Pull out the jar post-dinner and share the gestures that warmed hearts. Oh, that's nice.
I've done that before. It wasn't for Thanksgiving, but I did that before.
Organize an ornament exchange for Thanksgiving? It doesn't seem right.
Well, I mean, if you're preparing for Christmas,
Yeah. Watch a classic holiday movie. Craft a beautiful centerpiece. Play a game of charades. It's always fun when people like get with their family or friends and they play like card games and stuff.
yeah, my family used to play euchre.
I've never played euchre and I have no idea how to play it.
I also have no idea how to play it, but I know that is a thing the adults did.
Yeah. Host a Thanksgiving potluck, which I mean, technically most family events, unless someone is cooking everything, it's technically a potluck. Hand out party favors.
Handing out turkey-shaped party favors.
Why turkey-shaped?
Why not?
Ugh. Ask everyone. Ask everyone to make a Thanksgiving toast. That's way too many people talking.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Send guests home with leftovers, and that just seems like maintenance at the end of dinner.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Let the kids serve dessert? No. Put them in a room. Shut the door.
No.
Dine al fresco. I actually just had to close the window because it's getting cold in here, but it was hot in here today. But it was 42 degrees outside.
Dang.
Try a new recipe. So instead of the traditional things, maybe spice something up with veggie-filled japache or baked flan.
Love flan.
And then write down your wishes. So kind of similar to the Thanksgiving or things you're thankful for. What are your wishes? Volunteer, which is a good tradition.
Yes.
That might be something we could do this year. Go for a post-dinner walk, which we talked about already. Play football. Never understood that, but whatever makes you happy. Share beloved family stories. Remember that one time when Uncle Jed got so drunk he fell on a spike and had to get his testicles removed?
Oh my god.
Throw a welcome party. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Take a themed group photo. This sounds more like Christmas than Thanksgiving. Break the wishbone. That's something we always used to do when I was little. Decorate Thanksgiving cookies. That does sound fun. Write thank you notes. Take part in a turkey trot. No. Host a pie competition. Play festive music. Rotate hosting duties. And shop for dinner ingredients with a relative or friend. Again, a lot of those just sound like the maintenance of Thanksgiving. Oh, these were all Oprah's things.
Oh, those were her suggestions on what to do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. And then here was 10 Thanksgiving traditions. Watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. We just talked about break the wishbone for good luck. We just talked about eat a traditional. These are stupid. These are all the same. Take a nap.
Doesn't everybody do that?
Right? Watch an American football game. Be grateful for Friendsgiving. Run a turkey trot. Shop till you drop on Black Friday. And give back. That's dumb. I mean, it's not dumb. We just talked about it, so it makes sense. What are your thoughts on pumpkin pie? Do you
I like pumpkin pie. But I want extra whipped cream on it.
Yeah. I remember in high school, we had to make something, so I made a pumpkin. It's like a double layer pumpkin cheesecake.
Ooh.
It was really good. It was very thick.
Yuck.
Thick. And then, I did see a lot of things where people are taking like leftover, like cranberry sauce and making like drinks with them. So like take like cranberry sauce and then like put it in a mixer with, or put it in like a shaker with gin and some ice. It's basically like a cranberry gin drink. Sounds really delicious. And then like
It
top
sounds
it
like
up.
something Mamrie would have put on her "You deserve a drink."
Yeah. And then top it off with some tonic water or a seltzer.
Right?
Sounds
Make it a
delicious. So what is one family tradition that you miss living in Texas now?
Well, we pretty much stopped doing a lot of traditions. My family, that is. Pretty much the only thing I really miss is going to Donnie's grandma's for Thanksgiving because her cooking was always so good. So I miss eating with them and shooting the shit and whatnot. But as for my family, the stuff that we did was back when I was a kid. We pretty much stopped celebrating holidays by the time I was older.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I like holidays. I mean, I joke so much that I can't stand my family, but I do enjoy holidays and getting to see them for like Thanksgiving and Christmas. This year and last year. Well, last year we didn't go home for Thanksgiving or Christmas because we just moved here. And then this year we're not going to go for Thanksgiving. We are potentially looking at going in December. But it really just depends on if Ryan's able to get off work or not.
Right.
But it also sucks because when he doesn't work, he doesn't get money. So
yeah,
makes it difficult.
Yeah, I was wanting to go home for Christmas, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the money for it. Because I wanted to meet my nephew.
Nephew.
Yes, Donnie's sister had a baby.
I thought you were gonna tell me Hannah had a baby. I was like, Jesus.
No, Hannah did not have a baby.
Hannah's 12.
Hannah's not 12. Hannah's 26.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. I know it's very difficult. It's very difficult for me.
She's not 26, Sarah. You're wrong. She's 12.
Yeah, she's a baby, is what she is. But in reality, that is not the case because I'm 34.
Old.
Ouch. You're just saying that because you're not 34 yet.
I'm not. You're right.
You'll be 34 in January.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you will.
I'll be 27.
You will not, you liar.
I'll be 30.
No, you won't.
My age stopped going up. It's going down now.
It's going down now. Okay. All right. Just until you hit 21 and then it's going to come back up again.
Yeah. It'll just keep going back and forth.
Back and forth. Got it.
Do you want to do some holiday or Thanksgiving trivia now?
Yes. I'm ready for the trivia.
You more than likely won't know a lot of these because it's all about Thanksgiving. The first one is, what town canceled Thanksgiving because they couldn't make pumpkin pies?
That was a town that canceled Thanksgiving because they couldn't make pumpkin pie?
Yeah, I've never even heard of this town.
Okay, well, hit me with it.
Colchester, Connecticut.
Colchester, Connecticut. Why couldn't they make pumpkin pie?
Well, I'll let you know. So, I'll let you know. It says a frigid bout of cold weather in the middle of October led to the Connecticut River freezing. So settlers couldn't get their usual liquid sugar shipped shipped on time from across the pond. Thus, the townspeople decided to postpone the holiday for a week in 1705. It was so legendary, Rose Mill Powers actually wrote a poem about it in July 1908 issue of Good Housekeeping. So they didn't cancel it, they postponed it. That's different. That's not the same.
Yes, I agree.
And was it even like a tradition back in 1705?
Apparently, enough that they did it.
Yeah. What professional football team has played almost every Thanksgiving since 1934?
The Patriots.
No.
I love the no with the sigh and then just not telling me the correct answer. Just giving me that face.
I assumed you would, and that's just my face, Sarah. How rude.
It was just your face.
I assumed you would guess again. That's how this works.
All right. So not the Patriots. Now I'm like struggling to remember football teams.
If I tell you where they're from,
that will give me a better idea.
Detroit.
The Lions?
Yeah. I would not have known that. I have no idea. George A. Richards, a former owner, purchased the Portsmouth, Ohio Spartans in 1934 and moved them to Detroit. Rebranded as the Detroit Lions, George decided to host a Thanksgiving Day game against the world champion Chicago Bears in hopes of attracting fans. The team has always played on Thanksgiving except between 1939 and 1944 due to World War II. Then the Dallas Cowboys have joined the tradition on the Turkey Day joined in on the Turkey Day tradition in 1966 and played every Thanksgiving except 1975 and 1977.
Okay.
So you weren't even right with your original guess.
Ouch. Okay. Rude.
What city is home to the oldest Thanksgiving parade? And it is not New York City.
I was gonna say Massachusetts.
City, not state.
So Plymouth.
No.
Shocking. Is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Was I right with my original state guess?
No. It's Philadelphia.
Oh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. The Philadelphia Gimbel Brothers department store parade in 1920 had only 50 people, 15 cars, and a fireman dressed as Santa Claus. The parade ended with Santa on his sleigh, signifying the arrival of the holiday season. Today, it's much bigger and called the 6ABC Dunkin' Donuts Thanksgiving Day Parade. Wow, that's a lot. It's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
It was the inspiration behind the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's not Macy's Day, it's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which started in 1924. Also, I've decided I don't like Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, you mentioned that when I was there.
Their coffee is questionable. Their employees are rude. And I was like, I'll give their coffee. Peppermint mocha is like my go-to thing for this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Their peppermint mocha sucks. It's disgusting.
I'm sorry that you are around poor Dunkin' Donuts.
Every Dunkin' Donut I've gone to around here sucks. It's not just the ones that are around me.
No, I think it's Rhode Island's Dunkin' Donuts.
Even in Massachusetts, the one that we usually frequent is in Massachusetts, not Rhode Island.
All I know is I like the Dunkin' Donuts here.
But no, the one that's just down the road from us, yeah, they're garbage.
Yeah.
like, I don't, there's no redeeming. They should probably just shut it down. Moving on.
I might also be partial to the Dunkin' Donuts here though, because they have kolaches, and I love a kolache.
I'm a Starbucks person. Apparently.
Fair.
Maybe I should move to the West Coast again.
Maybe.
I would love it. Okay. Next question. What did President Calvin Coolidge famously receive as a Thanksgiving gift? And it is an animal.
Did he get a turkey for Thanksgiving?
Not a turkey.
First of all, why are we giving presents on Thanksgiving?
I don't know.
A dog?
No, close though. In November 1926, Vinnie Joyce of Nidayuma, Mississippi, sent the 30th President of the United States a live raccoon.
What?
To be served as Thanksgiving dinner. However, the president became so smitten with the furry animal that he pardoned it and adopted it as a pet. He named it Rebecca.
He named his raccoon Rebecca.
Yeah.
Rebecca Raccoon.
That's pretty iconic.
Okay, first of all, who eats raccoon for Thanksgiving?
People from Mississippi, apparently. That's where it came from.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock someone's personal preference, but I wouldn't do it. What's the only area in Australia to celebrate Thanksgiving?
I don't know.
Norfolk Island. The tradition started when American whaling ships would make frequent stops on the island during the late 1800s. The tiny territory, home to fewer than 2,000 inhabitants, typically celebrates the American holiday with a meal that combines classic Thanksgiving foods like pumpkin pie and cornbread blended with Norfolk Island cuisine. Many also celebrate by attending church services. How long was the first Thanksgiving?
The one in the United States or the one in Canada?
I would say the United States because it's talking about the Pilgrims.
How long was it? Like 3 days?
Yeah, it was 3 days. I didn't know that. Hunker down for a bit of the rich history of Thanksgiving. Today, Thanksgiving takes place over one decadent day, maybe two if you count Black Friday. But the original Pilgrims really went all out. In November 1621, the settlers' first corn harvest proved so successful, Governor William Bradford reportedly invited the Plymouth colonists, Native Americans, allies, to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Members of the Wampanoag tribe. Wampanoag. I'm butchering that name. Came bearing food to share. They had so much bounty, the revelers decided to extend the affair for 3 days. I didn't know that was a thing.
I knew that it lasted more than a day. I didn't like three is my favorite number, so I was just guessing on that.
That's a weird number to have as your favorite number.
It's always been my favorite number, 3. My favorite shape is a triangle too, because it has 3 sides and 3 points.
Moving on. What food did the colonists and Native Americans not have at the first Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin?
Nope.
I don't know.
Turkey.
Oh, well, yeah.
While most of us enjoy turkey as the centerpiece for our table, no one can say for sure whether it was even on the table back in 1621. However, the original guests did indulge in other foods like lobster, seal, and swan.
Swan.
And then the tribe also reportedly brought 5 deer to the celebration.
Oh my God, I love deer.
Gross.
I do. Nick and I went out to dinner a couple weeks ago, and they had venison Salisbury steak. And that was the first time I'd eaten deer in ages. It was so good. Ugh, I love deer.
No, thank you. What area of Massachusetts still looks like it did in the 17th century? This is a little misleading.
I was going to say, I don't feel like any part of Massachusetts looks like it did back in the day, but...
It's Plymouth. It says Plymouth, Massachusetts, but it doesn't really. There's only one part of it that does. And it's the Plymouth Plantation, which is like preserved to look like that still.
Right.
What president refused to declare Thanksgiving a holiday?
The one before Lincoln, because wasn't Lincoln the one who declared Thanksgiving a holiday?
Who was the one before Lincoln?
I don't remember.
It's not whoever that is, because he wasn't the president. It's not with this. He wasn't, the person that did do it wasn't before Lincoln.
I don't know
that. Thomas Jefferson.
I mean, honestly, fuck all the presidents, to be honest. But in particular, fuck Thomas Jefferson.
This says presidents originally had to declare Thanksgiving a holiday every year, up until Lincoln made it a national holiday during his tenure. However, Jefferson refused to recognize the event because he believed so firmly in the separation of church and state. Since Thanksgiving involved prayer and reflection, he thought designating it as a national holiday would violate the First Amendment. He also thought it was better suited as a state holiday, not a federal one. I'm not gonna lie, that's a really good argument.
Yeah, that's a good argument.
What do Thanksgiving and the song Mary Had a Little Lamb have in common?
I have no idea.
Both were created by the same woman, sort of. It says writer and editor Sarah Josepha Hale convinced President Abraham Lincoln to officially declare Thanksgiving a national holiday after 3 decades of persistent lobbying. The author also founded the American Ladies magazine, which promoted women's issues long before the suffrage. And she wrote countless articles and letters advocating for Thanksgiving to help unify the northern and southern states amid gathering divisions. And she kept at it even after the Civil War broke out, and Lincoln actually wrote the proclamation just a week after her last letter in 1863, earning her the name Mother of Thanksgiving.
And she wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
According to this article in Good Housekeeping, yes, she did. What wasn't part of the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Balloons?
Yes, balloons. If you can't imagine Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade without giant floats featuring your favorite characters, you'd barely recognize the first parade in the early 1920s. It did have puppets riding the iconic floats, as well as singers and celebrities, and of course Santa Claus. That said, when the Thanksgiving Day Parade made its big debut in 1924, it did have something that might even be crazier than balloons. Animals from the Central Park Zoo.
Oh, dang.
That sounds fun. What is Good Housekeeping's tie to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
the I don't know.
I don't know. The German American illustrator Tony Starg used his talent to make the amazing floats that came to life in 1927. So an illustrator from Good Housekeeping created the first floats, or first balloons. Floats. No. Moving on. Has Thanksgiving always been celebrated on the fourth Thursday in November?
No.
Correct. No. In 1939, Thanksgiving was celebrated on the third Thursday in November.
Okay. Why did we even choose for it to be on the fourth Thursday?
I think that's like something about that's the harvest. That's when it's the most. Around that time is when it's the most. Actually, no. You know what it actually is? It's because it marks a month before Christmas. So to launch into the holiday season. Has Thanksgiving... Oh, we already did that one. We just did that one. A Thanksgiving turkey mix-up inspired what popular meal trend?
Popular meal trend.
Yeah.
Turkey Manhattans.
No. Frozen foods or frozen dinners. I lost my way.
I'm always losing my way.
Frozen TV dinners. Ooh, how many turkeys do Americans prepare each Thanksgiving?
Millions.
Gather to guess how many millions?
Like 3 million.
No. 46 million.
Jesus.
What percentage of Americans actually eat turkey on Thanksgiving?
Probably not that many, actually.
I mean, it's a fair percentage.
Like 40%?
88.
Oh, dang.
Let's see if there's any interesting ones, because we're about out of time. Can you load, please? Hello? Okay, I'm just gonna do a couple more. I don't know why it's not loading now. This is really annoying. Moving on. What happens... Nope, we already read that one. Not read that one, but we know about that one already. It was what happens to the turkeys that are pardoned on Thanksgiving.
Yep, they get to go live on Mount Vernon.
What world record was set at a turkey trot in 2011?
World record. Fastest completion? Why are you looking at me like that?
Fastest completion.
Oh, shut up.
Took you a minute. No, the amount of people dressed up as turkeys. So it was a world record.
How many people were dressed up as turkeys?
661.
661. I need somebody to do that again, but make it 666.
In Dallas, Texas.
Especially in Texas. 666.
Do turkeys actually gobble?
Like not the way that we think of, but they do.
Only male turkeys gobble.
And it's terrifying. I hate it. I hate turkey noises.
According to Americans, what is the best part of Thanksgiving?
Football.
The leftovers.
Oh.
Which technically, They usually say if you let food and stuff sit the next day, because the flavors have all had time to develop and incorporate,
Mhm.
it does taste better the day after.
Yeah.
How many
I've
calls
heard
does the
that.
Butterball turkey line take each year?
How many calls does the Butterball turkey line take?
Yeah, turkey talk line.
Turkey talk line. I don't know. Probably millions.
Nope,
No?
over 100,000.
Okay.
There's also a text message line now.
My mother once won a Butterball turkey by doing an impression of a turkey. So like doing a turkey impression like as a famous person. So like the way a turkey would sound if they were done by a famous person on a radio program back in like the 90s, I think. It was either before I was born or after I was born, but I don't remember which.
Let's see if I can find one more interesting one. And then we'll call it a day. Who was the first video game character featured in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Video game character.
Mm-hmm.
Mario?
No. He's blue.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes, Sonic the Hedgehog. In 1993. And then the last one, this one's kind of interesting for you. Who was the first manga character featured in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? Manga?
Manga. It's manga. Naruto?
No.
Sailor Moon.
No. Goku from Dragon Ball Z. No idea. But yeah, there you go. And that's that on Thanksgiving.
Great.
And that's all we got. So thank you all for listening, those of you that are, and we hope you have a good Thanksgiving, whatever your plans are, whether that be visiting with family or visiting with friends or doing what Ryan and I are going to be doing, is just sitting at home, eating something and watching movies. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, whatever those plans are. If you, because this is kind of a more mental health awareness month, and Thanksgiving is usually kind of a depressing or sad time for most of us, especially in the LGBTQIA plus family members, because family isn't super friendly. Just remember, if you need someone to reach out to, there's always people to reach out to. We appreciate you listening to our podcast, for those of you that did. If you have something that you would like us to discuss on the podcast, you can feel free to email us at nowaboutthatpod@gmail.com. And if you'd like to follow us on Instagram, our Instagram handle is nowaboutthatpod as well. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe, comment, leave us a review if you would like to. If you liked the podcast, if you didn't, piss off, no one cares. And have a great rest of your week. Sarah, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too. It's all schoolwork from here.
I have discussion boards that I have to finish, and then I'm done for this term.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and enjoy your Thanksgiving. We will talk to you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.